Hi, I'm the Malt Activist, and welcome to yet another whiskey review. And this time we're talking about the Springbank 18. I have with me, I'm assuming, an older edition of the 18 because I procured this bottle around 2015 or 16, so 4 or 5 years ago. So I'm guessing this is like a 2014 release. The literature on this is quite scarce, but it's a vatting of bourbon and sherry casks. Roughly 80% sherry and 20% first fill bourbon. That's what I've been led to believe by my very quick research online. So, and do fact check me, please. I'd love to. If you have more knowledge about this than I do, which I'm sure you do, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll try and update it in the description. So yeah, Springbank. I've been a fan of Campbeltown for some reason. I don't know why. I had an infatuation for a bit. Oh, so nice. And everything that they did, it was an irrational infatuation. But I guess that's what infatuations are. They're irrational. There's no rhyme or reason to be infatuated with somebody. And so I was infatuated with Campbelltown whiskies. And Springbank is, in my opinion, one of the most genius distilleries out there. They produce 3 spirits using basically the same stills, but a slightly different level of peating for their barley and the number of distillations that they do. So I won't get into the technicalities of that, but there's 3 expressions that come out of Springbank. Hazelburn, which is the lighter, more floral one. Springbank, which is slightly more peaty, a little more oily, just a little heavier, still maintaining some floral notes. And finally Longrow, which I'm a huge fan of. Very robust, oily whiskeys. I won't say heavily peated, but certainly the most peated of the 3 whiskeys. So today I'll be taking a look at the Springbank 18. Thanks to my Instagram poll, there were a number of people that wanted me to review a particular Springbank. I thought the 18 is probably as good as any. So here goes. I like the color. It's a nice sort of copper tint to it. And there's a very signature Springbank profile, which is this umami, almost mushroomy, earthy aroma to it, which I quite like, as well as being fruity, but like a tropical fruitiness, like more like bananas and melons, more bananas than melons. A faint peat permeates all the way through, and it's not the regular Isla peat that you might be associating it with. It's not smoky, but the peat is there. It lingers. It's almost like this diesel oil, linseed oil, that sort of, which I quite like in this whiskey. Raspberries, red fruits. It's a complex nose. I think it has layers. I don't get a lot of spices, maybe some dried rub, but that's about it. Maybe an aftertaste of fennel. So interesting. Oh, so much black pepper. This is what I like about complex whiskeys. You let them sit, you explore, and you keep getting more and more and more and more. Okay. Yeah, we don't have hours at our hand to try and do this. So yeah, it evolves. So definitely, I would always suggest when you're sitting down with your whiskey, when you want to taste it, give it time. Give it lots of time. I've drunk this before, so I know what to expect more out of it. And I'm only doing this for the because we don't have all the time in the world. Lovely. Very nice. I know people who don't like Campbeltown whiskies and whiskies of this particular flavor profile, but I personally really like them. So that sort of medium to full mouthfeel. Lots of dark chocolates and tropical fruits, like I said, but the dominant flavor is that sort of oily, umami, mushroomy flavor profile that sort of envelops everything, and then in the middle of it all is this faint peat that I get, hints of varnish and linseed oil. Long finish, very oily. Started off spicy, but the spices faded away, and now it just sits, and it's just sort of very robust, and I can literally feel it in my face and in my chest. Yeah, very nice. This is not a beginner's whiskey, because people start drinking whiskey with a certain mindset, and this is not that mindset. This is something off the beaten path. This is for people who've tried a lot of whiskey in their lives and want to now try something that is completely different, and Springbank will do that for you. Easy to drink. Just literally a couple of drops of water. I don't think it needs it at all. I just want to see if anything special happens. I doubt it though. It's become a touch sweeter. More minerals, more limestone. Yeah, don't add water. No way. It's I think it killed the complexity. Some whiskeys do well with water, some don't. I think something as low as 46% certainly doesn't need any water. This one didn't. Maybe a touch more palatable. Little more spicy now on the finish compared to without water. But overall, I think fantastic dram, fantastic little whiskey. I think newer versions are just the 18 of the 18-year-old. Are I think just sherry. So this one's mix of bourbon and sherry, like I said, 80% sherry, 20% bourbon vatting. So yeah. Go find yourself a Springbank and check it out. They're great whiskeys. Pick up a Hazelburn, pick up a Long Row, see what you think. You'll be surprised and amazed that all three whiskeys that are so completely different come from the same distillery, and that's why I think I'm a fan. That's it from me, the Malt Activist. Please like, share, and subscribe, because when you do all of that, I get subs, and we all love subs. Peace.